Hey guys, this is Val from Valkayink, and today I thought it would be fun to talk about some of the anime that I'm watching for the winter 2018 season. Now, I've decided to bring back the old passport because I thought it was a lot of fun when Crunchyroll did it back for the previous season. So today I'm going to talk about 8 different shows that I am watching this season. However, I am watching quite a few more. I don't know why, this is just the season of cuteness. So let's dive into my passport to winter 2018 anime. Now is the time that we pray that I fixed my lighting situation. First up, the Junji Ito Collection. I was very excited to hear that Junji Ito's works were going to be animated once again, and it's nice that they actually decided to dive right into a lot of his one-shots, his short stories. It's really interesting to see Junji Ito still making a splash in horror manga. I'm really enjoying this one, and I really feel like I'm enjoying this for the wrong reasons. First of all, the anime has one of the coolest opening sequences I've ever seen in a long time. Please go look at it. I'll try to put a link down below. However, when it comes to the anime itself, it's not living up to Junji Ito's manga. I think this is a good example of when an anime is trying to stay too close to its source material and it doesn't actually elevate it or show any help for it with its animated form. So we'll see. I'm still watching it. I still love that we have so many of his weirder stories coming out, a couple of his really tragic pieces, a couple of his funnier ones. Junji Ito really likes messing around with his concepts. He really likes to make people feel uneasy or unwelcome or just even terrified of something really ridiculous. So I'm really enjoying this one. If you're a fan of Junji Ito, you're not going to think this is as good as the manga, but you're going to be happy to see the animation. The reason I say I think I'm enjoying this wrong is because every time a new skit comes up, I go right back to when I read it the first time, and I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, I remember liking this one, or thinking this one was weird, or I just can't wait for this creepy part to happen. So yeah, bad anime viewer, but hey, at least I'm enjoying myself. I have a little piece of paper and I get to check things off. Next up is Pop Team Epic, which swept Twitter because everyone is showing Pop Team Epic. We're seeing these girls everywhere. And here's where I get to say my little bit and be the unpopular one. Bottom line is, I just don't think it's that funny. Pop Team Epic is really about bending the rules. It is a 4-coma manga, and so it really is just skits. Anything and everything is possible with these two. Generally, that's a genre I really enjoy, and I really want to like this one, you guys. So many of my friends are enjoying it, and the idea that they're using so many different smaller animation companies and groups to do a lot of the skits is something I really support. I really like seeing something different come out in anime. But at the end of the day, I'm just not entertained. I do think it's a dream for listening to a variety of voice actors. I bet dubbing it is amazing. I'm sure they're having a blast doing that. I just wish it was better. I don't know, it's kind of disappointing. Maybe it was just hyped up in my head from all the commotion about it coming out, but it's just not doing it for me. Sorry. It's okay if you guys still like it. I still want it to do well. It's just kind of my most disappointing of the season right now. Okay, let's get it out of the way. Sanrio Danshi, aka Sanrio Boys. I love this anime. I think it's so good. And I think it's not getting the respect it deserves. I think it deserves a dub and a nice art box and everything. And of course, it looks like it's gonna be locked up in Crunchyroll forever. But what can you do? At least we get to enjoy it. Sanrio Boys, if you have not heard, is basically a Sanrio production, and it's like a big advertisement for Sanrio characters, but it's through the course of these 5 Bishonen characters that get to know each other and get to kind of enjoy Sanrio characters together, and they become friends that way. And it's just really sweet. It's very heartfelt. I want to see the little boardroom with everyone in their in their business suits, like with maps and figures and charts, trying to figure out what exactly is the perfect Bishonen anime to sell Sanrio characters with. They did a good job. I really love it. I recommend it to everyone. Even if you're not into Bishonen anime, even if you're not into character good anime, if you're not into cutesy anime, it does have this little heartfelt string in it. I'm really enjoying it. My god, it's raining like crazy and it's so loud. I'm gonna try to make sure that doesn't catch on camera. Next up is Darling in the Franxx. Wow, what a name, and what a weird anime. Honestly, I wasn't actually going to watch this one. Really a slow start to this series. Episode 1 really didn't grab me. The only thing I found really interesting was the animation. It does have that clean, beautiful, stylistic flow, but after coming off of Iron-Blooded Orphans, I was kind of not feeling this one. Then episode 2 happened, and I was really not feeling this one. I feel like there's a weird line between symbolism and voyeurism, and this one kind of straddled it. Yeah, for some reason, putting kids in weird positions in robot cockpits is just not really my jam. However, that was really about as far as that went, and now that I've watched episode 5, this is when things really start picking up, and I'm actually really happy that I've stuck with this one. I'm hoping it just is a case of slow start, better, 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 but I really need some more time to gel with this one. I'm kind of on the fence still. Next up is Citrus, and I had a weird thing with Citrus. I heard that a shoujo ai anime was coming out and I was really excited because I love romance. I love romance anime. I don't care if it's between a guy and a girl, two girls, or two guys. And we really just don't see a lot of shoujo ai or yuri anime. And I think I got my hopes up. I think I really did, because I wanted like a cute romance. I wanted something that kind of had really fleshed out, fulfilled characters. And I'm not saying this one doesn't. It just feels very weak by comparison. So the first episode, there is just so much forced kissing. There is just so much like stereotypes, and I'm not talking about stereotypes with the characters, I'm talking about with romance genres. Like, of course she gets switched into a new school. Of course the main character has to live with this president who just became her sister. Of course she's in the class with her and they don't like each other right off the bat. It's a lot of these things that you see in one-shots a lot. And I guess I'm feeling like I'm hitting my saturation point with it. However, there are some really cute characters in this series. I wouldn't even go for President Girl. I'm not really digging her character. I would go for the friend. She's cute. I think the other problem I have is that I really like this MC, and I don't see why she's pursuing the president at all. I feel like maybe I don't know enough about her character, or I feel like her character fluctuates in a way that's odd. I don't know, she's just not doing it for me as of right now. I am sticking with the series, I'm hoping it gets better, and it looks like from the opening sequence maybe we're getting some other romances. That would be nice. I haven't read the manga, so I don't know, but at least I want to support something that's a new genre for romance. I think this next anime was really my biggest surprise. This is A Place Further Than the Universe, and I had no idea going into this one. I literally sat on Twitter and threw up some titles and said, I'm gonna try to watch one of these, what should I do? Dynamic Dylan actually suggested A Place Further Than the Universe, and it just says girls are trying to get to Antarctica. I don't know nothing about Antarctica, but I'm willing to take a trip. So this one is really fascinating. It really focuses more on this unique group dynamic and this goal they're trying to achieve. It is really another journey anime where they're talking about trying to go through the process of traveling versus the destination. And I really love anything that talks about travel. I love anything that brings the world out and brings out different facets in people. You really do get to know someone the more time you spend with them, especially traveling. One of the standout features in this anime is the backgrounds. The backgrounds are so rich, and this anime does this really amazing thing with lighting, where the lighting will really set the mood for a scene. Early on in the series, there is a character that loses an envelope full of money, and this main character is trying to bring it back, and she walks into the girls' bathroom, because of course, as we all know, that's where you go to collapse and cry. And the way the scene is lit and the way the other girl is so frustrated and she's kicking the bathroom stall door and she's screaming and she's so upset, it really had this air of realness that put a shiver down my spine. I really liked that. And there are other scenes where they're going through the city at night and it has a completely different night scene feel. Or they're waking up early to get on this flight and the lighting is that twilighty dawn that really does bring home that feeling of you're gonna travel somewhere far away. And I really love the moments between the characters. They seem to be four girls that are really trying to figure out themselves, really achieve something in their lives, and really have a friendship together. So I really didn't expect to like this, but it is definitely one of the tops of my season. I just think it's lovely, and I can't wait to actually see the conclusion to this one. I want them to hit Antarctica already. Next up is Karakai Jozu no Tatagi-san, basically the relentless teaser to Takagi-san. She is a girl in the story that is constantly teasing this boy that she likes. Yes, this is one of those nostalgic feeling animes. It's really good at going back into being a middle schooler. For some reason, it just captures that feeling of school is boring. I would way rather tease this kid, or I would way rather, you know, hang out with my friends. It has this slice of life charm that I really like. And the thing that this series does so clever is that Takagi-san will always win. She is just really brilliant. And a lot of it comes from the fact that she's constantly observing this kid. She's constantly getting a feel for why he acts the way he does. And this poor boy, there is something in communication called taking the bait. And that's when somebody says something to get some type of reaction out of you. And so Takagi-san always does things to get a reaction out of him, and he takes the bait every single time. And it's really fun because early on in the season, you see exactly her intention. You see that she actually has feelings for this kid. And there's no malice behind it. But he is terribly cute when he blushes. I can totally see why she's into him. He's just a sweet kid. And he likes shoujo anime, so of course I like him. It's really sweet. I have seen some comments where people feel uncomfortable with the teasing, and that has to go back to how you interpret bullying. So if that's something that's a real sore spot for you, maybe avoid this one. But honestly, it's actually really sweet, and I would suggest it. I think it's actually a really lighthearted, sweet, beginning romance anime. It's something that touches my heart. I really like this one. Last up for the list, I already knew I'd like this, I already knew I was waiting for this the whole season, and that is School Babysitters. I read the manga to this, I don't know, a few years ago, and I loved it. This is such a sweet, sweet anime, and it just sounds so weird on paper when you explain it to people. Basically, this is an anime that follows the story of these two brothers, and that is Ryuji and Kota, and Kotaro is his name actually, let's get that right. And Ryuji recently lost his parents in a plane crash, and this headmistress of this academy also lost her son and her daughter-in-law in the same plane crash, and she sees them and decides to take them in. And she is one of those tsundere characters, trust me, just wait till later on in the season, you'll see. She decides to take him in, and it's under the condition that he goes and works in the Babysitters Club because it's a private academy and teachers need somewhere to drop off their young children. It's not like they have a lot of funds to have people work there. So it really focuses on being around little kids, and it really focuses on just how strange, funny, adorable, and scary they can be, because in a moment they can be off running or hurt themselves, and it really plays with those things. The other thing that the series does really well is it plays with character, and you will often find in episodes that we are introduced to a character and we instantly have a judgment on that character, and it's not until a little bit of patience and a little bit of time with that character actually reveals that they're completely different. And it really matches well with the honesty of the little kids. They're just a trip. They're just really fun. I really like this one. I actually do suggest watching the anime versus reading the manga, because the anime does have this quicker feeling pace. Some of the chapters feel a little bit long. There's a lot of big open panels with not as much drawn in them, whereas the anime really fills things out, I think, in that regard. Now, I could see not liking this anime if you're not into slice of life. I could see not liking this anime if you really don't like kids. This is an anime with a big focus on children. I like kids. I'm not crazy for them. I don't ever plan to have any, but I think this anime is adorable, and I think it's something that is good for people to watch. It kind of teaches you to maybe have a little bit of patience with people and just enjoy like weird little things that happen in life. You know, kids are just entertained by a line of ants, or, oh my gosh, the episode where they all go to the zoo is just adorable. It's very sweet. That's definitely another contender for one of my favorites of the season. Anyway guys, that's it for this one. That is the entire passport for Valkayink, aka me, Val, for this channel. I'll definitely be talking about a few other ones later on because I finished a couple of other shows this season and I'm still watching a couple of others from last season. So maybe I'll do a few more anime videos. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys would like that. Otherwise, I just hope you guys enjoyed this little rambling from me for this video today. Anyway guys, hi to all my subscribers, you guys rock, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys! Mwah.